this all started some 40 years ago at the break of the 70s and 80s when there was three guys rather independently and simultaneously came up with this idea of quantum computers, Paul Benioff, Yuri Manin, and Richard Feynman. And the realization came from this, that they saw that some types of calculations are really difficult for classical computers. And these types of calculations was really simulating quantum systems. And for me personally, that would then, for example, mean quantum chemistry and looking at how molecules behave and how molecules interact and how drug molecules interact in the body and how, well, material science where we try to figure out how solar cells work and all of this. So simulating this it's of course a big business and a big science in itself already now, but it is very demanding if we look at how much computer power it needs. And these three guys then realized that this is actually always going to be highly demanding for classical computers. So I can only expect like some small incremental gains in efficiency there, and that to really study these quantum mechanical systems, one would need a completely new type of computer. And then they came up with this theoretical idea of quantum computer and formulated some ideas of how that one could look like and how it would perform and then what it could do. And so it's now 40 years since one came up with the idea, and now we are at the stage where one actually can already buy quantum computers. Not in your local supermarket yet, but you can actually order a quantum computer from some companies and really get it delivered either to your house if you want, but of course, for the moment, many of the clients are HPC centers like we are. And so there has been a steady progress, and maybe first from being an idea, it took some time, and then people started thinking of what it could be useful for, but then one actually came up with some concrete algorithms or programs that one could run on these theoretical machines, and then show that actually some problems they really could solve in a much more efficient manner than classical computers. And then one started thinking of how to construct these, and then over the years one just made more and more complex and more efficient quantum computers, and now we are at the stage where I would say we are still at a very early stage, but they are now real devices and not just some dreams in physicists' heads.